The Maschine video I did last time has been doing really well with the Captain Chords. So that whole video I did, I'll link it up in the card up there. And I didn't think it was that great of a video, so I figured, let me try to get better at this and let me do more videos because people seem to be interested in the content. So I opened up my Maschine template and I'm gonna run through sort of the same thing I did last time and just doing it on the fly. And maybe there'll be some value in it in the end. And it's more content that I get to post, which is good because I've been away on a business trip and it's been a little crazy. So let's do this. And I did get the new Native Instruments expansion pack that came out, Polar Flare. So that's sort of cool. We can take a look at that and see what kind of stuff it has in there. I haven't listened to it at all yet. Cool. All right, well, let's start off with Captain Chords. So I'll walk through it like last time. So when you go into, this is a template. I have my Maschine template saved so that when I open it each time, I sort of cut down on all the groundwork I would have to do to make a beat, make a song. So I open Captain Chords, just double click on it, and when I still haven't updated it, which I really need to do, I just remember that now. So yeah. I'll do that later. When you first open Captain Chords, you're going to see the screen, so you can pick what key you want to be in. I'm actually going to pick C minor today. Go for C minor. So it opens C minor, and then like I showed last time, so this is how it always opens, and you need to pick what chords that you'd like. So this progression up here, so you can see. When you click on that, you get all these choices for different progressions. So you have to pick one of these out. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like I'm gonna have to resolve this because all right, let me pick that one out, and then maybe we'll add a few more chords in here. We'll see. So you pick out what progression you want, and then you can choose the rhythm you want. So right now I have it on the chord change. Ooh, forgot I had my drums on. Let's actually make sure that those are off. So that's on the chord change, but I could change it, right? I could pick one of these. It says it's simple. These are all the different, so they give you different ways in which they hit the chords, and this is more complex. And if I change this, let's see, on every chord change, just gonna get basic, which is usually how I start importing it. I tend to not be crazy with what I'm doing. So let's keep that. So that's every chord change, every measure, sorry. And it's only playing, oh, that's a good question. Why is it only playing the first two? Anyway, just stop this. I haven't been working this DAW in a while, and I keep saying that every time I come back, but it throws me off. Like, it really does. And I think is it because I don't, oh, is because I just have a pattern laid down for the drum beat. So when I actually go for it to play, since the drum beat's the only pattern laid down, what it's doing is it's only repeating up here on the first two bars. So that's what's going on. If you ever have that trouble, you know why. So what you do from here, let's say I decided that I want these chords, like this is going to be my thing. I can drag the MIDI from Captain Chords into my Maschine project here, but I need to be in the piano roll. So I get over to the piano roll and I literally just take that, drag it in. And after that, I mean, I can put it anywhere, which is the beauty of it. So what I can do is just copy it all and take it, and maybe I want to move it to Omnisphere. So I go over to Omnisphere, go to Omnisphere's piano roll, and just paste it in there. And let me actually mute the Captain Chords instance. Let's see what we have here. Okay. So when I went here, I haven't even gone into Omnisphere, so I didn't pick out any instruments. So let's actually pick out something that sounds good. Let's go to like picture like doing a pad for that, right? Because it just, I have these basic chords laid out. So let's see what we can do. And now I have this too long, so let's shorten that. And pad strings, let's see what we can get in here and see what kind of sound we can get. I like that. It sort of has like a 90s vibe to it. I have no idea what kind of beat I'm making. And generally that's how I approach this. I don't know what I'm doing. I just sort of dive. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes like, yeah, I want to make a lo-fi beat. Sometimes I want to make a trap beat. But right now, for the sake of this, I have no idea what's going to come out of this. And that's what I feel like is so fun about this process. All right, so I'm going to keep that Fizzle and Clear. So I'll keep that one. Not going to do anything to it. Not going to tweak any effects. But for the sake of then showing you what the next step is with the whole Captain setup, I'm going to go to Captain Melody, because that's the cool thing, is you can actually go to, and I'm actually going to mute that. I'm just going to keep Captain, let's go to Captain Melody here. And this is what's so cool about this suite of VSTs. So now you can say connect, and it's going to connect to the chords that you picked in the other module. And so here, this is just what, by opening, this is what we have. And you can change the instrument here. I didn't mention that last time, but I mean, if there's an instrument that you like better within Captain Keys, I mean, the instruments aren't bad, but I mean, I like to really stick with the high quality instruments that I know I like. For my other VSTs. Okay, so in terms of this particular melody, you don't have to keep this melody, right? This is what they came up with for you when you open the program, but you can choose so many different things. How about like an ARP? That's different. I mean, these are just all your choices in here, patterns that you can pick. But it goes beyond that, because right now I'm saying play in harmony, but I could choose in scale, I could choose chord notes only. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to choose. And I also, the rhythm, so right now I have every offbeat. I can choose every beat on every measure. It's going to be longer. I choose every beat, and then I have these other options from simple to complex, to some of these new options apparently. And so as I click these, what you'll see is the melody changes. And some of them are chill. changes here, more complex. So let's take that one. And again, this is just a starting point. It doesn't have to be the end all be all. So you can take this MIDI and you can drag this into your piano roll, and then you can play off of that. And so, you know, I think that's what's important to remember with Captain is it's a starting point. It doesn't have to be an ending point. And I feel like that's why it's so valuable. Excuse me. All right. So now, again, I'm going to take this MIDI and I'm going to drag it into my piano roll here. So we got it. Cool. But, you know, I don't necessarily want, you know, to use this instrument. I want to bring it somewhere else. So I'm actually going to put a new VST in here that I don't have in here. Few of the ones I've been digging. So I have this heat up, and I know a lot of people have sort of, I don't know, poo-pooed it. They say that the sounds are old, like not modern, but I actually really like it. So, and I feel like I've made some good songs with it. I think like any other VST, you have to dig around, but I like it. I paid for it. They didn't give it to me for free. I'm not trying to sell you an ad for it, but just saying that I actually do like it. Oh, the other thing, I just got to make sure. So just make sure you mute or turn off the Captain melody so that you don't hear double instruments going on. Oh, whoops. Excuse me, skipped a step. I have to take my MIDI, right, from the melody, and I have to move it to the VST that I just chose. This piano roll. Okay, we are there. And let's open this up and pick out something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to turn the my pad back on for my chords I had picked from Omnisphere. So I turn that back on just so I can get an idea of, you know, what instrument's going to sound good. And so in here, you can see there's like all kinds of different packs to choose from. And let me see what, I don't know, I've been into flutes lately. Isn't everybody into flutes? I don't know if this is the best VST for flutes, but let's figure it out and see what we have here. And so when I hear this melody, I mean, I think that there's ways that I could make it better. So I'd probably spend the time to go in and play around in the piano roll and maybe not take exactly the same melody. And with this instrument, there's just something that bothers me, having this note, a measure 2 and 4. But maybe that actually gives it some realism. Alright, it's growing on me. Let's see what these other flutes sound like though, just before we leave here. That's a pretty good one. Alright, I do not hear that flute, so I'm not sure what's going on. I like that dreamy one, and this isn't by any means a Heat Up 2 video, but I mean, just to give you an idea, I mean, there's some instruments out here I really like, and other ones I won't, but I mean, I really think that this is a really decent VST, and I think it's being overlooked by people, which, you know, it's interesting to me when that happens, because I feel like, who am I? I'm basically nobody, hopefully becoming somebody in this space. But yeah, I think some people, they like listen too much to other people's opinions and they don't go and figure it out on their own. Although I don't know if there's a trial of this available. All right, so let's go back to the flute. I sort of like this. It's got a good vibe. All right, I'm gonna keep that. All right, so we've got our, let me label this, and I'll label this as melody, so I remember. All right, so we've got our melody, we got our pads going on. The next step for Captain is Captain Deep. So click on Captain Deep. I'm gonna open this module, Captain, and this Captain Deep is what gives you your bass. So I'm gonna again connect it to the chords that I picked. And like the other modules, it's got different choices as to what sound you may want to hear. And this is really basic, follow the chords, every offbeat. But you can choose different movements. And like the other one, you can choose different rhythms. So, you know, do you want to, you can simple, there's complex. That's crazy. So it depends how, you know, how do you like your bass? Some people are really into the chord change, right? Or want to play with every offbeat. Or want to just pick their own little... Let's see. It's almost too many choices, right? Let's see. I have everything paused, so I can't even hear. So then, I mean, right now, pause, sorry, everything muted. So I might want to turn back on my melody, my pads, and listen to it all together now. I actually like that. And again, I don't like the bass per se that it's using, but I like this. All right, so because I like it, I'm gonna take the MIDI and drag it to the piano roll. So I'm gonna take all of this out of that piano roll and I'm gonna move it to Trillion. I'm gonna put it in the Trillion piano roll, which is a Spectrasonics product, which is bass, if you're not familiar with it. I think it's a pretty awesome bass instrument. So I just copied it into there, but I actually have not picked an instrument out, so I need to do that. And let's, what am I doing here? All right, so let's get an idea of what this all may sound like together as I'm picking the bass out. Don't like that bass. I feel like I pick a lot of the same basses out from here. I need to really do a better job. Well, that one's like really low. I feel like I always pick this bass out. You know what, there was, and I always forget what things are called. I feel like there was some kind of like 80s bass that was good. I liked. I mean, this is, to me, this is a really amazing VST. There's just, I mean, like, there's just so many options. It's like crazy. You know, maybe because this is, let me stop this. Maybe because of the vibe of this. I mean, maybe I want to go with, maybe like an acoustic. There we go. See how realistic that sounds? I mean, you'd think somebody was just playing that live. Blows my mind. That's why I think Trillion's awesome. Let's see what this sounds like. It's pretty cool. And so sometimes what I may do is I would take this bass and I'd actually layer it with another bass. So I'd take the acoustic bass and I would layer it with, electronic or a synth type bass. And then it's nice because you sort of hear that clicking, that finger moving, but then you sort of get that deeper lower end, to make it more full. I'm not going to do that right now just because I'm probably not going to finish this beat. But yeah, maybe I'll just keep this bass. Or not. Let's think. Maybe I'll move to another one. That's the thing when you're making beats. Just tell you there's just so many options. It's craziness. Oh, that's nice. It's got a good feel to it. Take that. It's pretty low, so if you're on a phone right now, you probably don't hear it. All right, I'm happy with that. So I mean, that's right there is using Captain helped me get there pretty quickly, right? Got my lead, got my pads, and I got my bass. So let's put some drums to it. And I talked about this last time, but the really cool thing about Maschine that I love is the drum patterns that the different expansions come with. So in here, I have Polar Flare open. This is a new expansion that came out just a few days ago. Have never listened to it yet. This is my first time. So the cool thing is that when you open one of these drum kits, there's patterns already in there that are pre-made. I just realized I never even switched my BPM. I'm like, this feels a little fast. So I'm going to switch my BPM down, bring it down a little bit. I like the vibe, so maybe I'll still keep it sort of like fast. Let's see, 108, what do I think? Let's see what kind of joints we get to when we're picking out the drums, because that's where this comes into play. Because I mentioned last time, when you're picking out your drum kits and you're looking at the pre-made patterns, some of the patterns, I mean, they're made for a different for a certain BPM. So if you're making a joint that's like 130 BPM and you pick out a pattern that was made for 90 BPMs, it's going to sound like not good usually. So let's see. So this was the kit I had picked out. I don't even know. All right, I'm gonna stay on what I have programmed as my drums though. So let's go here. Put it here. Let's see. The other thing I pay attention to is that what happens is in these patterns, they'll add the actual melody stuff that is not going to be in key with what you may have picked. So for your key to start your project. So that's a pain in the ass. So you want to turn it off. So all these over here are different kits, so let me pick a different kit. And again, turn off the melody. And as you go, you can pick different patterns. And pretty cool. I actually like this Polar Flare. I think you know, one of the things nowadays is to try to be different, right? Because everybody sounds the same. I think that's what you know, a message that we've been seeing lately is, you know, everybody's making trap beats, and it's like everybody wants trap beats, and it's just stuck in this whole trap circle. But I think if you can try to develop your own sound, that's a great direction to go in. And you know, when I see people, I'm researching, like, okay, people who are selling stuff on BeatStars and they're sort of new, some of those people that are selling things, if you really, you know, look, they have music that is different than like everybody else's. Like it's unique in some way. So somebody's listening to their beats and it's striking them, and they're buying it because it sounds different than everybody else. So yeah, just interesting thought, but this just sounds cool. It's a little different. Let me turn my... So this song has definitely a different vibe, but I like it. Alright, so let's say I keep these drums with this. I like the vibe. So right now I've got 4 elements, right? I've got my pads, I got my bass, I got my drums, and I got my melody. And what I would probably do is I would take this melody and I would probably open another VST, and I would actually take the melody and I would put it into another instrument too, to sort of build out and make this a little fuller. So let's see, what VSTs haven't I used yet that might be cool to use in this video? Oh, you know, maybe I actually, oh, that might be too much. There's just, again, there's always so many choices, right? I'm trying to think, because I mean, one of the other options is to take the chords that we played, that we have going, our chords, and we can actually use easy keys, but I always am hesitant to just bring that in here when I'm doing these videos, because I feel like explaining what I do takes a long time. But this might be a good time to bring that in. Oh, decisions. Actually, let me just add another melody for now, and that means that I can bring you another video still about easy keys. All right, so let's take this and let's find a different instrument that we can play here that might be fun to play. How about Vps Avenger? I'm gonna put this as melody 2, and I'm gonna take this melody from, oops, my piano roll up here, and I'll put it down here, and let's pick out a sound. Probably gonna mute those while I keep all those muted. This video's getting way too freaking long, so I feel like I'm gonna just like pick out an instrument fast and stop there. So let's go to Future Pop. Let's pick out instruments. I like this Xylo Soul. Let's do that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, how about steel drum? Oh yeah, let's go with that. And I just realized this is gonna be, let's see. to do. Okay, on that note, it just gives a little something to it. It's really basic, right? I feel like there's more that I can do to this. Probably there's more, and it comes down to now laying out the beat and just really getting just an idea or vibe of what would make this full and complete. But I think that's enough for today because this was a long video in the end. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will keep coming out with more videos as I work through my process to show you, a little bit of how I am making beats. I wish I could sit here and do a full beat from, start to end laid out, but I am not quick. And as I get quicker, maybe that's something I can do for you. But I do appreciate your time in watching this video, and I look forward to bringing you future videos. And again, I need to do one on easy keys. Maybe I'll do one on Superior Drummer and some other cool stuff I've been using, plus using Studio One. Yeah, so I'm excited to go listen to the rest of this Polar Flare kit because I think this expansion is really cool, and it's probably going to be underrated because people think, oh, it's not my genre of music, so I'm not going to grab it. But hey, that works out well for me, and have a good day. Thanks for watching.